Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Mystics Outlook. We got Raymond Lyons here, live from the ESA. I'm Wilson Tarpe Jr. The Mystics, I think for the first time since the All-Star break, W column. They beat the Sparks today, 80-74. They took an interesting way to get there, but they checked the boxes late to get it done. Ray, what'd you take from this one?
Yeah, man, it's their first win since returning from All-Star Olympic break. It's 3 game skid, 5 game skid overall, counting the 2 games prior to the break. But yeah, man, it's just good to see them finally punch through the wall. Yeah, they really put it together in the fourth quarter. They pushed the lead up to 10. You know, they were on the positive side of turning defense into offense for once, and that gave them the extra edge they needed to go ahead and get over the hump. Brittany Sykes, man, she was amazing tonight. It's really the first game she's looked like herself since coming back. To me, she had that burst that she was kind of missing. You know, we saw that manifest itself on the defensive end. You know, she got a couple of her signature blocks, and just harassed people on the perimeter. Then offensively, being able to turn that corner and get to the basket, which opened up the rest of her game. She started to operate in the mid range a little more. Got a couple threes up. You know, just an overall sharp, effective game from her. Um, yeah, man, it just a total team effort. It did get sloppy for a stretch, but you know the Mystics were able to to come out on top. Typically, when we see those instances, they're the ones making most of the mistakes and not able to capitalize. But um, they were faster to 50-50 balls. They were getting on the floor, rebounding. They did their job on the glass. You know, that was a big part of their win. They man, one play that really sticks out. You know, it was a possession. The Sparks got a couple offensive rebounds, but then Ariel Atkins had a beautiful box out on Vakia Jackson. They finally scored the ball for the Mystics, and it's just little things like that that kind of add up, and they're able to stack on top of each other to ultimately get the win. But yeah, man, as always, especially this season, it's good. It's good to see him get one in the W column, like you said, man, because it's been tough. But yeah, I think Brittany and Shakira are starting to get their sea legs back up under them. You know, they both had a little extra pep in their step tonight, and they were able to make a little couple extra plays because of it. And I think that's what really led to the win.
Yeah, like you said, it might have been the first time both of them looked like themselves on both ends of the floor. Especially, I'm sure Washington Tapia came in the same game, obviously, but we saw how the game ended with by way of Shakira rejecting a layup. Um, you talked about the job they did on the glass as a whole as a team. I agree. The tie Los Angeles on the glass with 8 boards offensively, each is good. Also, to only hold them to 8 because they do a good job. De'Erica Hamby is hell on wheels to deal with, define, and keep off the glass. All right, for any team. Thought Washington did a decent job keeping her out the scoring column. But I mean, obviously, she's going to rebound the ball, man, is what she does. But their activity, their length, I think we saw that a lot in this one. You mentioned, you brought up Slim earlier, just her activity defensively. We saw the chase down. There were several chase down blocks tonight. She had one. I think Shakira had one. Aaliyah had one. Just their sheer activity. Also, just them getting familiar with each other once again on the defensive end. We saw them not like, I think the past couple of games, when folks are getting back, felt like they were overhelping at times. Once people got into the lane, it felt like it was a little bit less tonight. They still did it at times, but it felt like it was a little bit less like our bigs will take care of it. Yes, they will. Just let them take care of that. And I think that was a perfect example of that late. We saw Brittany getting it going. I think it was a career high 28 tonight. Could be wrong. I think that's what they said on the broadcast with career high 28. Got to fact check that just to be sure. But I just thought offensively there were far more moments where they were less stagnant and less unsure of themselves or less hesitant since post Olympic break. All right, I mean, I got to ask, what have you, player of the game?
Brittany Sykes. Feels good to say that for the first time this season. Yeah, man. Like I said, it just looks like she's rounding back in the form, and hopefully that she continues to trend up in that way.
Yeah, look, I didn't want to ask because I thought it was a no-brainer. I even tried to cheat, you know, put it in the header, so I wouldn't have to ask. But look, great game by her. It was good seeing her just, especially as the game went on kind of late, just getting to her spot, knocking down the midi. And also, like you said, the burst was back. It looked like the uber quick, exceptional athlete that she is. There were so many times she turned the corner where, there were times this season when she was coming back where we could see her turn the corner. For most of her career, she just hits the corner and we figure it out afterwards. We don't usually see it. So yeah, credit to her all over the floor tonight. X Factor, I feel like it's an easy one too, but again, I have to ask. So, sir.
Yeah, I went Shakira just for she's able to kind of impact the game defensively a little more now that she's like I said, man, it's tough to come back after a long time off. And coach actually talked about a pregame, her conditioning starting to come back, where she's able to, she can even sometimes if she's not able to finish at the basket, she can sprint back on defense and still make a play, and just instances where she's able to just to recover quickly, or even she can close out and then still get back. She can hedge out on the screen and still get back and defend the pocket pass. Little things like that starting to show itself. So yeah, that's my X factor for this evening.
Yeah, I definitely agree. Again, I thought both were pretty efficient. I know Sykes was 12 of 20, Awesome 6 of 12. Um, I just like it didn't feel like either one of them rushed too many shots at all tonight, which is a great sense of folks not only just you mentioned in conditioning, just getting their timing back, honestly, as a individually and as a collective. That said, Elena Bear was honored tonight. If you want to share any thoughts just from that ceremony this evening.
Yeah, man, it's always cool to see things like that happen. Especially one of the greatest players in the franchise's history. She's the career leader in points and steals for the Mystics, and just then seeing her teammates come back, it's always cool to see people get recognized that way. And the Mystics Hall of Fame is rather new. They had their first inductions only 2 years ago, so just hopefully we'll continue to see this. Last year's induction was it was bittersweet for obvious reasons, but this one was definitely more celebratory in that way. But yeah, man, it was just a good feeling to see her get recognized and to see her how appreciative she was. Just to have this honor, and anybody that's ever seen Elena Beer speak or spend any time around her, she's not the most outwardly emotional person. She actually touched on that in her speech, but you can just tell just in her body language and her spirit and her voice that she was deeply honored. So yeah, it was just cool to be in the building for that.
Yeah, and shout out to them for doing that. Like you mentioned last year, it's definitely bittersweet for that acknowledgement due to great and late Nikki McCray having passed. But yeah, uh, I want to see many more of those. I hope they continue to do these. I need the W as a whole continue to be better about just plugging. We're always passionate on NBA, so I'm not messing with that right now. Just the W as a whole. Like even sometimes I think on like League Pass they share like historic moments. Like there was something about Tina Thompson during halftime tonight on the feed I was watching. Like I need those shared on Twitter on a regular basis, not just during half times of games. You know what I'm saying? Like let people know about all the great women that play, not just specifically for franchises of teams that folks individually watch, but as a whole. But again, it's always a good night for a W, especially in a season like this. So Washington gets a little bit of time off, and then we'll be back, I believe, Monday night. So we'll check in with y'all then. Oh, and real quick, my bad. I want to get just I know we had player of the game and X Factor. Shout out to Rakia Jackson. This rookie class is absurd, and there's so many people that sometimes, their rookie years, we're gonna get in. I feel like we're gonna get in next season, and there's a bunch of names that weren't shared a lot this year. And people like, oh, what? They were here last year. This was the first go run. So people get more run the second year and into their third or whatnot. But yet the start she had to that game, she led them. You take that 17 away, this looks different.
And shout out to the Mystics for shutting off her Ward in the second half, because that thing was getting ugly quick. Yeah, like you pointed out, 16 in the first half, man. Yeah, I guess at halftime they made some adjustments and came out and was able to contain her. But yeah, she looked really good to start the game.
Yeah, and like you said, to your point, they have to go shut someone's water off to get a dub, and also someone being a rookie, like that's love. That's all you wanted. What more can you ask for as a rookie? Like obviously you would have liked to continue cooking, but what self-respecting teams gonna sit there and let you cook? That's not how it goes. So appreciate y'all for rating myself and checking with y'all Monday.